everyone! I'm Mother Milan reporting live from Biden's Blockchain Week. Maraming salamat po for tuning in. And I actually saw a couple of guys here from ICT. So it's incredibly exciting and I'm so happy to be here. And of course, to be sharing this time with you dahil we have a couple of guests joining us to talk about DevCon and their events there. So last week, ang dami natin nakakwentuhan, no? Even Yana herself made time kahit sobrang busy nila sa preparation just to give us an update kung kumusta na ba ang DevCon, what we can expect. And now, we're going to talk a little bit about ano pang side events ang pwede natin puntahan. But before that, of course, I want to say hi to everyone watching. Scout Martin, I see you. Hello. Wow, meron pa attendance check. SRZ ICT, Espresso, of course. Maraming salamat for joining us. All right, so let me introduce to you guys someone whom I think may enjoy ninyo ang company niya because sobrang warm ng vibes niya. And yeah, hopefully we get to know a little bit more about what he's working on and the event that they are preparing. So please help me give a very warm welcome kay Bash, the CMO of Taskon. Hey Bash, how
Hey
are you?
guys, very well in yourself, Mulan. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. I know your schedule is so packed, so I appreciate your time. Would love to get to know a little bit more about you. How did you fall into the rabbit hole of crypto?
So for me, well, I started in 2015, right? So what happened was is I'm actually from South Africa, so there was no way for me to transfer crypto. I was working like around the world as well, and there was no way for me to constantly do um, on bank transfers all the time.
Transactions,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah. So I use Bitcoin and as is the easiest way to transfer. So I
yeah.
started, I started doing that a lot and started building up started building up Bitcoin as the price started going higher. I said, oh, okay, let me start stashing some aside. And
Yeah.
then, so when I started, it was just under 500,
Oh,
$500.
wow. Man, you should have hit everything then.
And now it's around just over 70. So it's
Also
good
high,
day.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Everyone is happy here at the conference.
so yeah, that started my journey off. But then I continued working in Web 2 for a while. So I used to work in FMCG, and then I moved it
Mm,
when after I finished my MBA in the UK. I actually moved over to China, where I worked in helping Chinese companies scale globally.
mm,
And ended up meeting some friends, and yeah, that led me back into the crypto kind of sphere. And then I joined a Binance Labs company doing
mm,
NFTs, launching out NFTs. They actually launched out the first mystery box for on Binance at that time.
mm,
So it kind of pushed me into the crypto journey, and then post that, joined the core team at Taskon, and
mm.
from then on, we just growing our Taskon.
Now you're here. Yeah.
Yep.
So was your background also in marketing
So it was
in
more
the
finance.
web too?
It was more finance, economics, and then marketing. And then marketing
Mm,
is kind of my passion. So
yeah.
it's the thing that keeps me like going because it's
Yeah.
always changing, right? Compared to
Yeah.
Web
Yeah.
two, Web three marketing is a totally different animal where it's very
Yes.
community focused and
Yeah.
it's actually people focused where you have to tell a story, you have to make people believe in it, and keep people engaged as much as possible.
Yeah, marketing is amazing, especially for Web3. In Web2, I feel like it has become so stagnant. They have these playbooks, rule books that they strictly follow, where which leads the purpose in marketing, right? But
Yeah,
in Web3, you have to be so creative because, like you said, it at the very core it has to be community driven, and the method changes so often that you also have to keep up. And it's challenging, but it's also so thrilling.
as you said, the narratives change. Something could be hot now, something could be hot something different could be hot
Exactly.
in 2 months' time, and it
Yes.
it, it causes you to not only yes, you don't have to adapt your product or adapt your vision, but you need to
Mhm.
adapt with what's going on in the market as well. So to
Yeah.
keep people entertained, you have to link your product to what's going on, or whatever you're doing to what's the current trend that's happening as well.
I agree. Um, now that you've mentioned it, how you make your product relevant, I would love to hear a little bit more about what you're working on now. So you're the
Okay,
CMO of Taskon. What exactly is it?
so Taskon is a comprehensive Web3 community growth platform. It's designed to empower projects with tools for user acquisition, transactions, and retention. So we focus on the full marketing funnel there. Taskon
Mm,
also emphasizes long-term engagement and through analytics and customizable tasks. So we
mm,
ensure that projects not only attract and retain users, but actually grow their projects and communities sustainably.
mm,
What we actually committed to is actually helping Web3 communities thrive through gamified and incentivized tasks. So
mm.
we have around 8,000 active projects right now on Taskon, and we have around
Oh
6 million
wow.
on the consumer side. So the guys come in, they do tasks, they earn rewards, and yeah, and projects actually start growing out as well. So we just launched something yesterday with the layer two. So they've completely taken over our platform.
Mm,
It's pretty exciting times. So we do these kind of big events as well. Hopefully, we do something with ICP before
yeah.
Christmas as well.
Oh, very exciting. So, did I understand it correctly? Is it like a questing platform where you help funnel in users to different projects? They provide the quests, so they complete it, and then the user receives rewards, or they get incentivized for completing those quests. Correct.
Kind of correct. So that was phase
Almost
one.
there. Yeah.
So that was
Space
so
one. Okay.
that was phase one of our project. So right now we're gonna about to
Mm,
launch phase three. So we first focused on the quest part. That was completely free for, well, still free for now.
yeah.
And we that was for a year and a half that we launched out, and then we built out the community hub, which focuses more on retention and engagement,
Mm.
and that's SAS based. So that's more where you get deeper analytics, where you can actually see if there's bots within your community. You can
Oh,
you can eliminate those guys. So you can actually you
yeah.
see how many people have interacted with your contract, how much they've spent, how many transactions they've done within your ecosystem of contracts, and then you can actually see who's a high value user within your community.
Yeah.
So you can actually give reward or actually give out rewards to these high valued members of your community, because what's happening is right now snipers are prevalent within the kind of snipers and bots are prevalent within the
Yeah.
web now, and
Oh,
we're trying
yeah.
to eliminate that as much as possible.
Mm.
Yes, there's always new ways that someone's coming out to
Oh,
maybe.
for sure.
So even AI bots now, it's the new hot thing,
They
right?
are roaches. Like you can't kill them. You can't remove bots completely in projects. But I appreciate the effort. Because for sure, like you said, they keep adapting, but we are also adapting practices to make sure
Correct.
that there's more space for actual users for humans.
Because
Um,
we want to keep high quality users for all projects.
mm,
We want projects to have real users, real engagement, because that's the only
yeah.
way for them to grow. There's no real engagement with um, with your project post TGE. Your project's gonna die.
Oh,
So
for
that's
sure. You
so
won't survive even in a bull. I mean, that's for sure. It's gonna
in a
hurt you.
bull, yes, but for us it doesn't matter if you're in a bull or a bear.
Mm.
You still people still building the bear, and
Mm.
those
I
people
think those who
actually
build in a bear profit more because you have everything laid out already, and
correct.
during the bull you just um you let everything
Correct.
play already. The strategies in place, so you just watch and gather your gains, which is amazing. But I love how what you guys do in Taskman is so important, especially for projects to be able to know your data. That's where the power comes in, right? Because once you know how to optimize it, once you know your strengths, your weaknesses through data, you get to then plan out properly. You don't just go in blindly. You get to be more strategic. And yeah, like you said, like what you mentioned, during the bear market is the best time to build, but it's also where you have to be very creative, very intentional as to how you budget and having a strong strategy, a data back strategy would help in making sure that you make it through the goal, you make it through the longest of term, and you get to really scope it out. Um, I guess my question is, so for these types of things, it's so challenging to, I can imagine there have been roadblocks along the way while you were building this. Can you share maybe a significant, maybe a story as to where you guys encountered a problem, how you how you acknowledged it, and how you were able to address it, or how you're addressing it now if it's still persistent?
Yeah, so when we first launched out our second phase, we thought, okay, let's keep it as two different products.
Mm,
And what we got feedback is from our clients, from the actual from the users as well, that they didn't want two different products. They wanted one
yeah.
combined. So what we
Mm,
did in the last month or two is that we merged both sides together, and now we've created one
mm,
unified product where
yeah.
it's easier to navigate. The business side is happier as well, and we of course there is some snags and bugs here and there, but we are
Yeah.
figuring that out. And that's of course that's going to happen when you don't test every small little thing. But of course
Mm,
we are doing that now. We're running everything through,
yeah. Yeah.
and even like if there's something's wrong, we pretty quick at sorting it out. So someone
Mm.
reports it within 12 hours, it's sorted out.
Oh, that's cool. And I feel like when you're scoping or you're building something like this, you get to learn really quick, and you sense a pattern of, oh, we often see problems here, or this the area that we can optimize more. So you also get better at anticipating how to make sure everyone is happy, how to make sure that the product is working at its maximum. Very
So
interesting.
that's actually pretty hard to balance as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. I can imagine.
you actually need to have a strong team that actually believes in your goal as well, to actually
Mm,
to take on that responsibility, because projects need, if they need something, they need it extremely in the
strong
urgently, right?
team.
So
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
to make sure that your team is strong, your
Mm,
product is living up to your clients' expectations or the project's expectations as well, or even the
mm,
consumer's expectations, because if as I said, communities make or break your project.
for sure. Yeah. Um, I also admire how you put a strong emphasis in the team, because usually what we see in the crypto space is, well, yes, narrative is extremely important, but I feel like tech is kind of lagging behind. Like it's all narrative, it's all like smoke lately. So it's very, very refreshing to hear that our project is community driven and very tech focused as well. So yeah, yeah, I'm just very pleased to hear that from you. So you guys are very busy. You told me backstage that you are flying back and forth because of the team. And now next month, we are going to be flying to DevCon, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
what we've I think so ICP Thailand has actually graciously given us a space in their event venue. So we will be running Taskon Community Friends there, where we've invited a lot of our projects, a lot of other projects that want to be part of DevCon, but they're not technically focused. They're
Yeah,
more
yeah.
resource focused, or they're marketing focused, or they're community focused, and they want to tell their story, or they want a
Mm,
place where the networks, or to network.
mm,
As I said, we have a few thousand projects that utilize us, so they wanted a
yeah.
place where where they could actually meet us, because we
Mm,
had an event in Singapore. There was
yeah. For
3,700.
token?
Yeah, for token, three thousand seven
Yeah,
hundred
yeah.
and
Oh wow.
I could only accept 400 people into the venue.
Mm,
The venue only could hold 200 people, so I accepted
yeah.
400, and I had to leave the rest out. So for this,
Crazy.
as soon as Iana from ICP said yeah, I said perfect, sure, I'll take it, and thank you very much to ICP there as well for graciously giving me a space to do this as well. And I think it's going to be quite a cool thing to our first. It's actually first in our series. We call it Community Friends, and ICP is of course a community friend as well. So hopefully this event actually rolls out to be a success, and then we can do this at more global events in the future.
Tell me a little bit about the event. What can we expect from there? Will they be talks? Is it a co-working space? Let us in a little bit more about again the event.
Okay, so this community friends is more a it's more a event where there's obviously insightful discussions. There's some network and opportunities as well. But it's also
Yeah,
it's an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals, right? Who are passionate about marketing, community, the non-technical side of Web3.
yeah.
And it's not only for the non-technical side. It's where if you tech focused or any party of students as well, if you're simply just curious the latest trends and pop by to the event because we
Just
have
say
we have
hi and you're welcome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So because we're talking about stuff like building sustainable communities, in how engagement and retention is involved there, and which is more important, cults versus communities, especially with the meme hype, right now it's meme season.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh my God. Yeah.
so we do have people talking about what's a cult, what's a community, how to differentiate it, how to actually
Yeah.
focus on building. If you want to build a meme cult or you want to build a stronger long term community, because hype plays a big role, right? In cults, normally hype it's the main driver, and communities long term engagement is the main driver. And
Yeah.
so there's different stuff. Like also, we're going to talk about maybe the future of Web3 marketing itself,
Mm.
how to derive real value from it. And then
Mm.
there's of course the networking play where everyone can enjoy themselves, talk, enjoy some snacks, have some drinks, and then just chill out and have a good time.
I mean, that sounds like fun. I'm in for sure.
Definitely
So my
fun.
friends who want to get into crypto, Web3, it sounds so intimidating because you have a lot of buzzwords, right? There are a lot of, even the non-technical words are kind of scary. Like even bull or bear can get very confusing to others. But that's incredibly understandable. And when they ask me how they should start, I always say, man, the real alpha is outside of it. Like you really have to immerse yourself in the environment because it's such a the Web3 culture is so hard to describe, and you just have to be there. You just have to really experience and meet people. So everyone who's watching this, if you guys are flying out to DevCon, I mean, like I said, the real alpha are the side events, and um, I love how in your event there's something for everyone. Like you said, it could be a project founder, you could be an enthusiast, you could be a student even, and just be there and mingle, ask questions, participate.
Because if we're looking to onboard more people into Web3, this is how we do it, right? So you don't have to be a tech genius. When somebody to me, I don't even understand half the tech that's out there.
Yeah.
When like someone comes to me and they say like, yeah, I see something, or they say some technical term, I'm like, what are you talking? Can you talk simple English? Please explain it to me,
Like
because
I'm
half
five. Yeah.
I'm not a robot. So
That is so relatable. Yeah.
I told them, I'm like, guys, come on, please please give me a dumbed down, a simple and stupid
Yeah.
explanation on
Yeah,
what.
talk to me like I'm from Sesame Street. I feel you, man. I love ICP. I love Web3. The tech, I believe in it, but I can't speak it. I mean, God bless our um, tech lead for Ellie. If you're watching this, God bless him. God bless his kind little heart. It's just that when he talks to me, sometimes he forgets that I'm not a developer and I don't understand it. I'm like, do you have subtitles? Do you have? Can you? Yeah, but that's fully understandable. And again, I appreciate more events where everyone is welcome. I mean, for sure, if you wanna look for someone in tech, I feel like it's a big enough event that you'll for sure find someone. So yeah, if they want to sign up, how do they go about that? Like if they want to participate in your event?
So there's so they can just go into Luma, they can go into the ICP page themselves, and because ICP is a co-host of this as well, so they can go into
Mhm.
the ICP Thailand, I think it's called Synergy Labs page, and then they can find community friends, which is Taskon community friends, or they can log on to onto crypto Twitter or X, and
Yeah,
and find taskon.xyz, and it'll be pinned up to the top. Should be pinned to the top of there of our feed, and you'll be able to find the event pretty easily.
That is amazing. For sure, I'll personally sign up there, and I hope to meet you in person. Thank you so much for
Definitely.
generously answering my questions. I know you have to skedaddle in a bit, and our next guest is here, but our community, they have a few questions, and I won't.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
like you
cool.
said, we're community driven, so you have to, answer some questions. Here's one
Cool.
from Mouse Morales. How is staff on leveraging ICT tech or even just in the community side and the partnership to enhance your marketing strategies and yeah, reach new audiences?
Okay, so ICP we haven't integrated 100% in as yet into Taskon, but what we do is the ICP communities, the global communities, have actually created spaces within Taskon to actually drive their community engagement, drive their socials, drive actual engagement within the Discord and Telegram as well, and that's how they're using Taskon right now to actually boost or actually grab a new audience. And then our users as well are actually finding these ICP communities on Taskon itself and actually joining them as well. So there is some back and forth win-win situations between ICP and ourselves and the global hubs that are out there.
Wow, very exciting. And I feel like like you said earlier, there are so many things that you could still work on even after this event. And what's
Yep.
great about community partnerships is it's just not a one-off thing. You always find ways to, explore and you can get creative in the different partnerships. Yeah, here's another one from Strange Man 213. How can blockchain enthusiasts who can't attend in person participate or contribute to the event?
So if you can't attend in person, don't stress. We're going to be throwing these global events around the world very soon. So if you can't make this one, there's plenty of opportunities to join the next one. I think we will be hitting India next, and then Hong Kong in Feb. But I'm not a 100% confirmed on everything as yet. Um, the If you can't join it, we don't actually have an online or a live stream of the event, but there will be chances in the future to actually do this for this event because it's such a small space that we're doing it in, and it's also a co-working area. We can't really
Yeah.
do much changes to that area, so we don't want
Mm.
we don't want to create and
Yeah,
destroy
yeah.
stuff there. So if it was our area to utilize or like in our office space or anything like that, I'd go ahead and go crazy, put live cameras out and let people actually put a screen out
Yeah.
and hey guys, have a live stream that's here and people can actually throw out questions like what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I mean, that would be fun. And maybe it could be an idea for another event. Let's save them all up and who's to say that you just have to stick to one idea, right? So that sounds like a good one for the very next
So what
event.
I actually like is you know they have those kind of portals like we can have in
Which
different cities,
ones?
like the portals
Ah, oh yeah, yeah.
and
Oh
wave at each other.
man, that'd
So
be so
I
fun.
was actually thinking about that, but it's so hard to actually do that.
Yeah.
Um, the logistics of it is actually
Uh,
it's pretty hard to sort out and to get it out into different cities because we're working with ambassadors as well to get it out into different cities and put it at exactly the same time and cross feed it. It was a bit difficult to sort out. So we said not this time, maybe for the future.
yeah, I feel like it's hard now, but it's something that I mean, it already happened, right? They tried it before the portal thing, so I feel like eventually it's something that would just be a part of the norm. But that sounds very exciting, and I'm so happy to hear that the closest event that you have is not yet happening, but you're already planning for the next one. So very
Of course,
inclusive, very exciting. Yeah, I'll make sure to link everything in the description box. If you guys want to be a part of their community, if you want to say hi, and if you want to participate in their event, in Tascon's event. Bash, I hope to meet you in person. Thank you so much for your
definitely.
time.
I'll definitely see you soon.
Yeah, I'll see you soon as well.
Thank you very much, Milan, and
Again,
thank you very much to the community as well.
thank you. Have a great day.
Bye bye, guys. Cheers.
Thanks, Bash. All right. Maraming salamat everyone for tuning in and for your questions for Bash. Please stay dahil meron pa po tayong isang guest. So, ayan, please help me give a very warm welcome kay Sylvia and Argento. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello everyone, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. Wait, are you at the Binance blockchain event?
I am there. I can see your
Oh,
background maybe. Oh my god.
yes, I'm
I see you,
near.
I'm here.
Oh, he is there. That is the funniest thing. Thank you so much for making time. I know
um,
it's a crazy time here, but yeah, I'm so happy that we got to meet. And again, that you made time for ICT Hub Philippines. So maybe could you give a very quick intro of who you are and how you got into crypto and yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, this is Sylvia. I can see you on my left. That's very crazy. I'm from Barcelona originally, and now I just relocated to Dubai with my company. I've been in the blockchain space for 5 years. And the last few years, I was running Blockchain Marketing Boutique. It's a marketing agency. We do 360 degrees marketing for Web3 projects and Web2 projects who want to enter to Web3. And I'm very excited to be in DevCon next week. We are organizing an event in ICP with ICP on the 8th in the afternoon. We have some amazing speakers as well. We have another amazing sponsor that is Tales of Aleco that it's possible thanks of them as well. And yes, thank you very much for having in this AMA today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, thanks for making time. Again, you look so busy, but we are here. We are showing up. I want to hear more about BMB. So you are the CEO, Sylvia. I want to hear like what made you start it. What is it about? And if someone wants to maybe work with you, how could they do that?
Sure, definitely. My story started very organic. So I was in 2019. I used to be marketing director for Hilton Hotels, and I quit my job back in Edinburgh, and I moved to Bali. I had that crisis in life that you don't know what to do,
So
and
you
I
just moved to
started.
Bali.
Yeah, I moved to Bali. I moved to Ubud, so I joined a co-working space and also yoga barn. So my day was going to a co-working space and practice some yoga. It was my day,
I love
and
that. That's the life.
yeah, lifestyle. So there I built my Web2 consultancy agency, and after some months I moved to Singapore. In Singapore, I started to join different events, and I don't know how I end up in blockchain events.
Now you're here. Yeah.
This is then I moved back to Barcelona for my executive MBA. I'm former CMO of Envoy DeFi and Fair Labs. I launched different tokens, different NFT collections, and it was in 2022 I started to be full time with my marketing agency.
Oh, I see. Is your background really in marketing? Why did you think of, pursuing that specific field?
Yeah, I've been in marketing almost 20 years. And so I started as event manager, then I did social media, I've been content creator as well. I did a little bit of everything, and it made me to have the overall experience because I was leading departments. And the big jam I think was from the tourism industry, from doing marketing for selling more rooms and coffees to sell kind of cryptocurrencies, NFTs and meme coins, this kind of stuff.
I was talking to Bash earlier, the first guest, and we were talking about how different marketing is for Web 2 and Web 3. What would you say is the main difference that you noticed? Is the tools different? Are
That's
the gimmicks
interesting.
different?
I'm asked this question very frequent, and always I say that it's not that different because if you see any any project and any strategy needs to have any project needs to have a strategy behind. So if you don't have a strategy in Web 2 or Web 3, you are not going to find your go-to market, your product market fit, and your target persona. So at the end, you need to have that. And then what you are doing in Web 2 and Web 3 is to find this go-to market, to reach these audiences, and to create this funnel acquisition. Then in Web3, the behavior is slightly different because the behavior of people are different. But as well, it's different of a project that is more for an exchange. that a project is an L1 is slightly different as well. The target market is not the same to target developers or crypto investors. And yeah, I don't like to say Web 2 and Web 3 marketing. I like to say that it's a marketing for Web 3 projects because it's what we are specialized. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's
that
yeah.
makes a lot of sense. A very interesting take on it. I can see where you're coming from, and I agree to some level where at the very core, it's very similar, and I guess the differences are just in those tiny nuances, right?
the
Um,
behavior, the behavior and how, where
yeah.
do you find them? Because
Mm,
I never did marketing before in using Twitter or Telegram,
mm.
and now I'm doing
Ah,
that
the
for my
channels are
projects.
different. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That makes perfect sense.
something
Yeah.
I'm going to say that it's a big difference is the community. The community, no, in Web3 is very important the community. But at the end, I can see that it's a trend. So I can see many Web2 projects are starting to create communities around them. So
Yeah, I noticed that as well. And it's a fun thing to know that I think it's a good thing that people are community centric, especially for projects, since
yeah,
you're making it for an audience, you're making it for someone, right? You're making
yeah,
it for people. So it just makes sense that you're also making sure or
yeah.
keeping them in mind in marketing and just in the overall scope of the project. So you mentioned earlier you guys are having an event with ICP.
Yeah, we
Could
do.
you give us a little bit more info about this? And I'm personally flying to DevCon. I'm so excited to meet you. So I would love to know how could I
Yeah.
join? How could our audience join me?
So we have already the event in Luma. So we are going to start doing some posts and we are going to do some pre-releases about the event as well. The event is with Tales of Aleco, with ICP as well. And we are going to have a panel discussion with Sky, head of growth of Thailand, the Sandbox. Kevin Raham, he's coming from Dubai, and he's the co-founder of Sports and Gaming Association. And then representing Tales of Aleco is going to be Sherman Chin, CSO. CSO. So I'm very excited to moderate this panel. And if someone wants to have some questions around it, feel free to DM me after this AMA because I'm very happy to bespoke the questions regarding the audiences and what the audiences want. And yeah, feel free to join us. We are going to have some snacks there, and we are going to have fun. Basically, that.
I love panels. It's such a fun way to spark some conversations because I feel like this is amazing. You know, one-on-ones are amazing, but when we are talking about more complex topics, especially the relevant ones in our field, it's much more engaging. I feel like when you get to hear from different perspectives, right? So I think this is a really great event. What would you say is the main target for this one? Or is it mainly for beginners? Is it for intermediate? Or is it for the advanced cohort of people in the space?
I would say everyone is welcome, but beginners will understand, will be able to follow. It's in gaming, so we are going to speak about gaming, esports. It's going to be around these angles of communication, and yeah, everyone is welcome. I'm invited personally some VCs as well, so I'm very excited to have everyone there. Also, potentially there are going to be some KOLs to posting there. Maybe you can have some picture with them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be very fun. I mean, you got me a snacks. Not kidding. You got me at the panel, and now that I heard that it's about gaming, it got me just much more excited. Yeah,
I
I'll see you there for
I
sure.
will
I
see
will
you
make
there.
sure. Oh yeah, I'll see you there, and
Yeah,
that's good as
definitely.
well. Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. I'll make sure to have your Luma in the description box later so that everyone could sign up. If you,
Perfect.
for people who are watching, if you guys aren't flying to DevCon, but you know someone who might be interested, please help us reach them, share them the Luma links, and we would love to meet them there. We have one question here from the audience. This is from Paul John 2288. How do you handle transparency and user skepticism, especially given that blockchain promises accountability, but can also be a challenging area for marketing? It says for Sylvia, so we have to answer this.
Interesting. The projects that I'm working with usually are projects that I think when we do the first call, we need to find alignment with the clients. And
Mm.
the projects that they are not transparent, they don't have a good go-to-market, and they don't have, I don't see that they are going to be long-term projects, and they are going to be, we are not taking it. So our
Yeah,
market,
yeah.
our our marketing has a long-term vision, and we do
Mm.
marketing. Always I say we are going to launch now some TGs, and when I had the calls with them, was like, okay, we need to build this committee before the TG because we want
Yeah,
to build a committee around your product. We don't want to build a committee to sell the token. And this is
that's
the approach
correct.
that we're doing. So we are trying to avoid the speculation around the projects, and we are trying to
Mm.
focus more on the project, the technology, and to launch it properly to have a long-term
Yeah.
project.
Vision for it. Yeah, I agree. And I love how you highlighted that you're not going to work with someone or like a project that doesn't really have that strong foundation and they don't have a long-term vision. Now, here's
Yeah.
another one from Espresso. Before I let you go, I know you're pretty busy. And yeah, yeah, we have
I'll see you in a
a packed
bit.
event. Yeah. um, Before I let you go, here's another question from Espresso. How does BNB approach education and awareness to increase blockchain adoption, or maybe just general awareness for the projects you're working with, especially in Southeast Asia?
Wow, interesting because I haven't explained this. So, Blockchain Marketing Boutique is the second vertical of my company. Our company is called
Mm,
BNB Web3 Ventures. The first
mm.
vertical, we help Web2 companies to enter the Web3. We do that with
Oh,
education and consultancy. And we provide
yeah.
to these Web2 companies this technology, and we help them to reach the right audiences in avoiding the Web3 friction. So we do Web
Yeah.
2.5 solutions. Second
Mm,
vertical is a blockchain marketing boutique. And the third vertical is education. We're creating a master
mm.
for professionals. So the target market for this master is people who has a degree and want to specialize in blockchain. So this is going to be the master. Also, we do some master classes for companies and different 3 months programs as well. And the fourth vertical finally is the events that it's what we are going to be
Oh,
in
wow.
ICP. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are just doing everything. I love it. It's not just marketing support. It's not just like online marketing support. I mean, but you
Yeah.
have these real life events and just these different verticals to make sure that you're well supported as a project. And Sylvia, that is amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
hope to
you.
meet you in DevCon again. And
Yes.
yeah,
See you in a
maraming
bit.
salamat as we say in the Philippines. Thank you, Sylvia. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye. Ayan, thank you everyone for sending in your questions. Nakakatuwa naman. First time ko mag-interview, nakatabi ko lang yung interview namin. And honestly, we've never met. Not yet. After this, for sure, I'll be saying hi. Pero ayan, maraming salamat po to everyone who sent in their questions. Espeso, ayan, maraming salamat. Paul John 2288, Strange Man 213, of course, and Mels Morales. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. And yeah, like I said, many exciting things. We'll be flying out to DevCon and hopefully we get to interview more people there para kung hindi man kayo makakalipad doon personally, mararamdaman nyo na parang nandun din kayo. So yeah, maraming salamat for watching our AMA today, for participating and for sending in your questions. If you want to participate sa mga events na nabanggit natin earlier or you want to just help and share them sa mga kaibigan ninyo or to anyone else that you think might be interested or would benefit from attending, we will have them linked in the description box after this episode. And yeah, thank you again so much. This has been your host, Modern Milan. See you again on the next episode. Bye.